Bassoon obviously is in the woodwind family. It's a double reed instrument, and we are in the lower end of the sound spectrum. We have a supporting role in the woodwinds, and sometimes we are doubling the bass and cellos with the low strings. So I sometimes see us as a bridge in between woodwinds and strings. Oftentimes we have a solo role as well. There's a lot of great composers that write for bassoon. Antonio Vivaldi, an Italian composer, wrote 39 bassoon concertos. Tchaikovsky wrote many beautiful bassoon solos, or we have The Rite of Spring by Igor Stravinsky. I want the bassoon to sound like a singer, to sound like a tenor or sound like a bass. I always wanted to be able to sing on the instrument, so that's what I go for. For me, the bassoon is my voice. I'm Fei Xie, and I'm the principal bassoonist of the Minnesota Orchestra. André Jolivet was a French composer. Jolivet was inspired by Messiaen, and later in his career, he started simplifying his music. So in this concerto, you hear a lot of neoclassicism and a lot of influence in jazz. It demands a high level of virtuosity from the soloist to play this piece. It's even more challenging to play on German bassoon. So here's is one of our kind of regular dinner type thing. The hot pot is traditional Chinese, very popular way of eating.
谢谢.
We have a relatively small family because I'm only child. So it's my parents who are living in Minnesota now, really close to us, and my wife. Her name's also Fei. She is a flute player. And I have two boys, Kevin and Colin. So there's 6 of us total in the family. And we get together pretty much every week. I was born in Tangshan in Hebei province in China. And my families were all musicians. So, of course, I start learning music at a very young age. I started playing the piano before I turned 4 years old. I did that for about 8 years. My parents decided that I should go pro, playing music. One of the things we can do in China is there are these conservatories in Beijing or Shanghai. So I applied as a pianist when I was 12 years old. It was clear to us and to the faculty there that I was not going to get in. So they suggest that if I really want to go to school there, I should explore other instruments. And the bassoon professor asked me if I want to learn bassoon. And at that point, I have no idea what bassoon was. I just said, yeah, if you teach me how to play the bassoon, I'll learn the bassoon. Fei and I went to school together when we were 12. We played chamber music together.
We did middle school and high school together. We were the same class. Yeah.
I left China right after high school. My parents have already left. They came to US before me, and then they know that in order for me to continue to grow as a musician, play Western instrument, I need to further my study here. So that was kind of the planning that my dad had, the vision he had for our family, for me. So I went to Oberlin for my undergrad. I learned a lot from my teacher, George Sakakini. And then I went to Rice University in Houston, where I studied with my former teacher, Ben Kamens, who was a former associate principal bassoon of the Minnesota Orchestra. So now I'm back to years old, stomping around. I started my first job playing the Opera House in Houston, and then I moved to Baltimore Symphony, and then I ended up here in Minnesota. I came 8 seasons ago, and I've been enjoying every minute of it. It's a great section to work with, and the rest of the people in the wind section, the whole orchestra too, everybody's so supportive of each other. We have differences. We think about things differently. Everybody have different approach. We always work it together to come up with a solution to better serve the music. So it's great. It's a dream job. Chris and I worked the longest together in the section, and he's a great support of what I do when we're on stage playing. Chris is also on the faculty team with me to teach the whole bassoon studio at the University of Minnesota. I mainly teach bassoon performance, and I run studio class, and sometimes I teach chamber music.
You can take a little bit of time on these phrases.
Teaching for me is something that I enjoy a lot. I didn't really know how to do it when I was younger, but then once you started doing it, you kind of learn as you go. You learn from how to teach, but also you learn from how students respond and how student is developing.
Some people, they play really well, but they cannot explain something really well. But he can really, and he really helped me a lot to improve myself in my way. I'm pretty lucky.
You want the best for your students, and I notice that you're very kind. And
well, that's kind of you to say.
That's what I notice.
We talk about what we can do together to improve our students' playing, and oftentimes we're realizing we're saying the same thing.
It sounds ba ba da da da.
We have students getting jobs. That's our goal. Hopefully they will succeed in their career.
Hopefully some of it will sink in.
Yeah. As a parent, I want to help my children, but also I want them to explore on their own. It's the same kind of feeling when I'm teaching my students. I want to give them something and then see what they can do with it. As you can imagine, as professional musicians, if your kids are learning instruments, it is quite challenging for them, for us too, because we hold very high standards for what we do, but they're just kids.
My name is Colin and I play the cello.
I'm Kevin and I play the piano and the flute.
Colin started out playing piano a little bit, but we asked him, other instruments he wants to play. He says he wants to play the cello. I asked him why. He said, well, because I want to maybe someday play duets with you. So I thought, okay, great. We are actually working on a piece together right now for his teacher's recital. We had Kevin join to play the piano part for us. He's not sure if he wants to play the recital yet, but at least we get him to rehearse with us.
Okay, good job.
所以他们不论多忙，总是要把教育孩子放在首位，这点是我们就是感觉到特别的高兴的一件事情。
Mom saying that she's really happy that we are putting our kids' education as a priority. I have to say I learned that from my parents because that's what they did for me. So we're just passing down to our children. So this is my mom, Mei Hu, and it's my dad. His name's Zhengang Xie. Well, my dad is what they call Jinghu master. Jinghu is a 2-string fiddle instrument. My mom is what they call Yueqin master. Yueqin is also known as a moon guitar. It has 3 strings. So that's 2 of the main instruments in Peking opera that they've been practicing since they were very young.
Minnesota 交响乐团确实是一个很棒的一个乐团，我们能有这个机会一起合作，真是幸运。
Because we're all musicians, and we think, when can we be on stage together? And it just happened the first Lunar New Year concert we had. My parents were soloing with orchestra, I'm playing, and then the orchestra needed a flute player, and they called my wife. So all 4 of us were on stage together.
I played in a concert. I felt goosebumps and I felt really great opportunity that we can celebrate our traditional festival holidays in a different place. It felt very special.
My role is artistic consultant for the Lunar New Year concert for the Minnesota Orchestra. And that was our first Lunar New Year concert in 2022. I've been working with the artistic team ever since. Every culture celebrates their New Year's in their own ways, and I think it's great that we bring this piece of culture from Far East. And it's not just China that celebrates the Lunar New Year. There's a lot of Asian countries celebrate Lunar New Year. So we bring this to the orchestra hall for people who are from those countries to come to celebrate, and for people who are not to experience this new thing in the orchestra hall. I think it's just great to bring people in together and spending time with music. In China, we're taught to be humble. So a lot of times we don't think about what we're proud of ourselves. I think what I'm really proud of is that I'm doing something I love. And because of doing that, I could have this beautiful family. It makes me feel proud, I guess, for what I have achieved through the hard works and with the support of my family, my friends, and my colleagues. You know, it's been a journey, and it's a great journey.